Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to OBX today. It is Monday, August the 30th, 2021. Glad you're along with us for another edition, getting your day started with us as we catch up on what's happened with hurricane, now tropical storm Ida, being downgraded this morning as it has continued to slowly make its way through Louisiana and Mississippi, currently sitting right on the Mississippi border, in fact, with Louisiana. The 5 a.m. advisory on Tropical Storm Ida should be getting, we'll get an intermediate advisory, but the main points, actually we do have the 8 a.m., but main points coming out for the National Hurricane Center on Ida. Storm surge inundation continuing through this morning along portions of the coast between Grand Isle, Louisiana to Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Overtopping levees outside the hurricane and storm damage risk reduction system is possible where local inundation values may be higher. Damaging winds continuing to spread inland near the track of Ida Center into southwestern Mississippi through this morning. And let's see, we can give you peek at what we're looking at here as from the National Hurricane Center anyway. The key messages coming from Tropical Storm Ida at 5 a.m. Continue to produce heavy rainfall through tomorrow morning across southeast Louisiana and coastal Mississippi and southwestern Alabama. Ida moving inland will considerable flood impacts possible in the lower Mississippi Valley to Tennessee Valley, Ohio Valley, Central and Southern Appalachians, and Mid-Atlantic through Wednesday. Latest forecast track, as you can see, will take the system to our north by the end of the week. It's right now forecast to just kind of take of a track that the center anyway, as it spreads out as a tropical depression right through central Tennessee. Not that they need anything else like this. And being on the east side of the center, of course, that means that our mountains in North Carolina, which 2 weeks ago dealing with Fred, deal with more rain. We've had reports of rain up in the Piedmont of Virginia. That's caused some flooding up that way. Saw some video from over the weekend in Gordonsville, near Charlottesville, of the flooding up that way. But it's going to become the tropical depression, possibly before the end of the day. And then the center going off to our north and then back offshore of New England and the Northeast by the weekend. So that's the latest on Ida as far as its direct impacts are concerned. The storm itself, we're going to see a little increase of moisture from it. Our 7-day forecast shows some showers and storms increasing on Wednesday and into Thursday. Looks like that's our only day we're going to see any precipitation out of Ida. That's all we're going to see out of it. Now, what else is going on in the tropics? Things are getting busy. We'll get to that in a few minutes. Wanted to just take a look at some of what's going on, some of what we've been watching over the weekend. This is WWL-TV in New Orleans. They've got their live streaming continuing with their coverage, so we've just been watching some of this throughout the weekend. Another place that I've been going to is Mark Suddeth and his great website, hurricanetrack.com. Watched that all day yesterday. Had that on. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's a little slow loading. But he has got the video streams through Patreon, a subscription, $10 a month. It's worth it. He set up video cameras throughout the landfall area. And in fact, let me go jump over to his Twitter account because he does have a few things there. We can show some little clips. We can only show so much. But showing how the surge, he had this one area, it's in Laplace, Louisiana, where he had 2 live cameras set up there's Ocracoke right there, by the way, the north end of Ocracoke. But this was just showing the video from Laplace at Frenier Landing. This camera was 10 feet above ground. And this is what it looked like just before sunset last night. It's crazy the amount of water that came in off Lake Pontchartrain, in the southwest corner of Lake Pontchartrain. That's Lake Pontchartrain sloshing on a camera 10 feet off the ground. That's how much storm surge they got just there. Very reminiscent of what we experienced 10 years ago in Hatteras, Iowa, we experienced 2018 with Ocracoke. That's some of the stuff that's been going on. That's a lot of the things that are happening away from New Orleans. That's one thing about this storm. New Orleans is getting all the focus because all their power is out. They lost transmission towers going into New Orleans last night. So all of their power is now out there in New Orleans. And that's getting a lot of the focus from the national media because they're all based right there. And that's, they're all hanging out covering the storm from New Orleans, its population center. But right now, latest estimates, 1.1 million customers without power in 2 states. Let's see. Talked about Ida being downgraded to a tropical storm. So we've got tornado warnings popping up. The difficulties with the 911 system in New Orleans still last night. We heard that report several times yesterday. But really, when you go and you start going down towards the southern end of Louisiana, where this core of this system came through, that's where the real major problems are being reported. And again, we're very familiar with how things can be on a national level forgotten because population center gets hit. And there is, not sure what we got going on here. Hang on. I see what we got going on. Let me kill that. Some of the audio coming through. Thanks, Andrea. Had some audio that was coming through our other side. That's what we got. Yeah. Okay. All right. The audio has been giving us a little issues the last couple of days with this, so bear with us here. I think we got it all set up now. Right. St. Bernard Parish, some of the places. First death confirmed in Ascension Parish. A 60-year-old man died after a tree fell on his home, according to Louisiana Department of Health. That was reported just before 11 o'clock last night. So that's kind of the latest on what's going on with Ida as it continues to move up through Louisiana and Mississippi today. as a tropical storm, likely to become a tropical depression by midday. All right, what else is going on in the tropics? Well, this time yesterday, we, of course, were dealing with what was going on with Ida, but there were some other areas of concern. We did have another tropical storm form over the weekend. In fact, yesterday, and almost as soon as it formed, it actually went away. That was Tropical Storm Julian, which was out in the center of the Atlantic, about halfway between Bermuda and Europe. Yesterday, we had Tropical Storm Julian form out there, way out in the North Atlantic. It has now already dissipated, or hasn't dissipated, but has no longer a tropical storm. Down, let's see, I'm going to get my maps back up here. You've got Tropical Depression 10. That's about halfway between the or northeast of the leewards. It's going straight up the Atlantic and will not be a threat to any land. Probably looking at the latest on it's expected to become a tropical storm by the middle of the week, and that could be as Tropical Storm Kate. We've got a tropical wave that is now coming off of Africa. It was yesterday, looked like it was going to come off tomorrow, but it's now going to be today. It's got a 60% to 80% chance of forming in the next 5 days. And that's the one that we are going to watch closely because it seems to have the best chance. It's right in that as you can see, right in the that area that is prime development area this time of year. There's a little bit of activity being watched down in the southwestern Caribbean. There was an area just offshore of us that had a slight potential. It was only about 10% potential, but that has since lost its potency and is not expected to become anything but a piece of energy like that. We saw this with Henri, and I wish I could go back and find that graphic. Stu Ostro from the Weather Channel had posted a satellite or had put together a loop showing what eventually became Henri was a piece of wave of energy that came across the Midwest, caused a derecho to form Michigan. There's strong winds up there. Then went off New England, went out in the Atlantic, circled around, ended up down by Bermuda, became Henri, then went straight back up. Of course, became a hurricane last week, and then hit Long Island, and then went right back out in the same path it was taking before that, showing just how these little pieces of energy. So that's why you'll see things now pop up where the Hurricane Center is monitoring a small area of disturbed weather that may not look like anything, but could become something, even if at this point, in this time of year, that's very, very possible. So pretty cool to watch that stuff. So there you go. Latest right now, no direct threats to us. Ida may bring us rain by the middle of the week. Other than that, things are pretty much as they should be this time of year, as they are predicted this time of year with the tropics. It is getting busy. It's OBX today. Sam Walker with you on this Monday morning. What else are we following for you? Let's run through the headlines. Currituck County Schools this morning requiring indoors mask wearing for students, teachers, and staff. That's after 140 students, or over 140 students, had to quarantine. 11 positive cases of COVID-19 the first week of school in the Currituck County Schools. Board of Education Currituck voting unanimously on Friday to implement a mask mandate. Currituck, one of around 30 school systems in the state left, including Dare County, that had not had kept masks as optional indoors. Dare County School Board is meeting Wednesday to vote on their decision. New cases have jumped by more than 500 in the 8 counties that are served by Albemarle Regional Health Services. That includes Currituck. Let's see. The largest case jump in Pasquotank is 107. Currituck with 96. Bertie had 83. Chowan 30. Let's see. That was the new cases that were reported on Friday. Let's see what else we have here with that report that came out on Friday. That put the total case count for the 8 counties that are served by Albemarle Regional Health Services. Where is that total number? I had it just in front of me. It's since the pandemic, 14,600 in those 8 counties. Dare County, their latest report as of from Friday was 265 cases last week. So, at least positive tests last week. Active cases, not quite as many, but most of those were active cases in that in the situation with the positive tests that were reported in Albemarle Regional Health Services. Duke University is telling all employees they got to get the COVID-19 vaccine or they will lose their jobs. That coming yesterday, more than 91% of the 22,000 employees who work at Duke now every employee must get the vaccine, show documentation of completed vaccination by 10 a.m. on October 1st, or they are out, will not be allowed to continue employment, and they will not be eligible for rehire in the future. Let's see. Assistant District Attorney Jennifer Bland is going to be the next district court judge in Northeastern North Carolina District 1, which includes Camden, Chowan, Currituck, Dare, Gates, Pasquotank, and Perquimans. Jennifer served as an assistant district attorney since 2008 in the 1st District. She's going to take the slot that was held by Judge Eula Reed, who was shifted by Governor Cooper over to fill the Superior Court bench seat that became open when Judge J.C. Cole retired. Reed has already said she's going to run this year, or next year rather, for that seat. Also, District Attorney Andrew Womble has said he's going to run for that Superior Court seat next year when it comes up on the ballot. Sad news reported Saturday morning. The Hurricane, 10-year-old stallion from on the part of the Corolla Wild Horses, died after suffering heat stroke after getting tangled and stuck in wire. Call came in Friday around 10 a.m. to the Corolla Wild Horse Fund that a worker had found a horse that was on the ground tangled in wire. Staff from the Wild Horse Fund got there almost immediately and were able to free the horse. Stood up, walked off for a minute or two after that, and seemed relatively sound, but then a little ways away collapsed, and it was apparent that he was in distress, so he was loaded onto the trailer, taken to the Wild Horse Fund's farm in Grandy, and was treated. But unfortunately, things took a turn, and unfortunately had to be euthanized because of that. Turns out it was heat stroke was the most likely cause of his condition. So Hurricane was about a 10-year-old stallion having to be put down on Friday night, and we've got more about that at obxtoday.com. About some of the dangers of some of the things that people have used for decades over in Corova and Corolla, mainly Corova, for fencing, wire, so but you can check that out at obxtoday.com. All right, let's see, and finally, before we wrap it up, pretty cool story here. We kind of heard about it late Friday, and got word that this was going to happen. Weather kind of created a little bit of a havoc for them trying to get here yesterday, and that is this young lady by the name of where is that story at? There we go. Zara Rutherford, 19 years old from Belgium, and she is attempting to become the youngest woman to fly solo around the world. And yesterday, she flew in to First Flight Airstrip at Wright Brothers National Memorial. Was supposed to be there yesterday morning around 11:30, but she was coming from New York down to the Outer Banks. And weather kind of got nasty. So, unfortunately, she had to divert to Princeton, New Jersey, waited things out, and then the weather cleared up, and she was able to fly in. Got here around 5 o'clock yesterday, 5:30, and walked around the grounds at the Wright Brothers National Memorial. First Flight Foundation. There was a nice crowd that greeted her, by the way, at the airstrip. She even got video. First Flight Foundation, go to their Facebook page. She's climbing up on the bronze sculpture back on the backside at First Flight at Wright Brothers National Memorial. So that was pretty cool. And took a walk on the flight line where the Wright brothers flew, as she is off now. Actually went from Kill Devil Hills over to Little Washington and stayed there last night. She's on her way down to Jacksonville, Florida, but the weather did kind of hold her up. Let's see. You can go to Fly Zolo, Z-O-L-O, F-L-Y, Z-O-L-O, and track her flight. So let's see. She is still in Little Washington this morning, and we'll see if she's no departure time yet. But she did have was supposed to get to Jacksonville, Florida this morning. That, of course, obviously not happening at this point. An hour and a half from now. So, but no word yet on when she'll take off. But you can check it out, flyzolo.com. All right, OBX today, Weather Center forecast for today. We're going to see pretty much what we've seen the last 2 weeks. It's going to be hazy, it's going to be hot, and it's going to be humid. Maybe not quite as hot today as the last couple of days. High of 88 on the beach. Inland areas make it up to 91. Heat index around 101. With light variable winds becoming southeast around 5 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Maybe a shower or storm popping up after midnight for the beaches. Inland areas may see a few showers and storms in the evening. A low of 77. South winds around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Sunny on Tuesday, and highs 90 to 94. The heat index up to 104 inland spots. Wednesday, we talked about, it's mostly sunny with some afternoon showers and storms, and 90. Wednesday night, showers and storms likely overnight as what's left of Ida passes off to our north. And a low 74. Thursday, showers in the morning, then partly sunny and breezy, 84. Sunny and 83 Friday. Saturday and Sunday, sunny skies, highs around 85 for Labor Day weekend. And right now, low risk of rip currents currently outside the studios in Uptown Nags Head, 77 degrees. Interesting to note that one of the reasons why the path of Ida was driven how it was exactly what was going on over top of us. Remember yesterday, we had a north wind, which is not all that common this time of year. But that north wind caused by a high pressure system that was parked over us, and that's what was driving and steering Ida. That system right over top of us, and now, of course, it's drifting off a little bit more, and we're going to see warmer temperatures today than we did yesterday. It just seemed like it was much more humid yesterday. I don't know why. All right. Well, that's going to do it for OBX today for this. What's today, folks? Today is, I can't remember what day it is. Monday. Yeah, that's it. Monday, August 30th, 2021. We will be back with you tomorrow with another edition here on Facebook and on YouTube as well. So hope you'll join us then, and we'll see you. Have a great Monday, everybody.